Here's my desk. This is the center part of the desk. The mastering console is a Maslick MTC1X. Underneath that, you see there's the collaboration I did with Roger Foote from Foote Control Systems. This is a custom unit that we collaborated on called the Workshop LTDMA, which has different saturations and clipping and gear drive and different things, including insert chains. And there's the Weiss EQ, which I've been using for a lot of years. It's the digital EQ. Above that, there's a Whitestone P331. This is one of the first units, like really the first probably batch of them. Underneath that, there's a custom box made by Magic Death Eye. And on this side of the rack, there's the Rupert Neve Designs MBT, the Sonic Farm Creamliner 3, which is modded by them for me. And then there's the Terry EQ, CQ1, the second generation of it. And then there's the Magic Death Eye. This is a early version of it. Before it had the EQ portion, it only has the old circuit, and it has wet, dry, and dry, and additional mods that Ian did, especially for me, which affect, of course, the sound of the unit. So it's very tweaked to my liking. On this side, there's the collaboration of what we call the Signature Series, which has the oven, the stove, the grill, and the cooker. They're all different sounding units with different functions, some similarities and some differences. Each one represents a different type of tone. The oven would be the more smooth high end while having a really nice big low end. The stove would be the more bright and tight. The grill would be the more body in the mids and the most aggressive. And the cooker would be the one that is less colored but can be colored. So it gives me a good palette of possibilities to work with, and I'll combine them a lot of times where I'll run one into the other and cascade. So it could be even all 4 units or 3 units or 2, whatever fits the project. Then my side rack here has converters, Lavery Quintessence, Lavery Savitra. There's this compressor called the Grid from Handcrafted Lab. And here the Antelope clock and the L2. When it comes to converters, I have different ones that I pull in and out depending on the project, but normally you'll see here there's a Lavery Quintessence, a Lavery Savitra. Then you'll see this compressor from HCL, which is Handcrafted Labs. It's called the Grid. It's a very new compressor. And you'll see here there's a clock, the Antelope clock, 10MX. There's an L2 unit. There's a Crane Song head, a Mutec clock, a JCF Latte, a JCF 88, a router. You'll see also on the side here, there's an API modded 2500 and 2 other prototypes of other units that we have, and other L2, and there's this too, an Electronaut M97, it's called. Then, of course, a lot of racks. The room itself is full of treatment. It's a blend of different treatments from different companies. There's the Max Straps and full traps from Prime Acoustics. There's these big clouds and panels from Sense and Sound. The room is quite filled with a lot of them. And then the speakers are PMC IB1S passive speakers with a Bryston 4B SSD square amp pushing into them. In this room, I have a Trinov system, and I'm using the Lynx Kilo as an interface and a monitoring DA. I also have a Benchmark DAC1 for headphone amp and a Clarity M meter from TC. And basically, this is the room.